EA Sports is proud to present continuing coverage of the world of golf. Today, it's live coverage of the third round. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. Taylor Pendrith is your leader. He's at 11 under. As you get this round started, keep this in mind. Pete Dye had always said this was one of his personal favorites, and he did some of the greatest golf courses in the world. And that should be just fine. Good drive there to get the Saturday round underway. A little over 80 yards here as he gets set for his second.
He went with the flop shot. All credit there, just not enough speed. Ball comes up considerably short.
Oh, how about that for a little early round confidence? That is in for par here at the first. And he'll stay a couple of shots off the lead. So this second hole is just under 400 yards, par 4. You see that bunker, the natural area to the left. That's the trouble. 275-yard drive, though. You know you have that. It'll cover it. Another good tee shot for him to start the round as he gets another fairway here at the second. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
And this putt's going to want to go left all day long. It's back up the slope as well.
Yeah, that's good pace. Just a little offline, but not too bad from that far away. That finished off for a par here at the second, and he's going to stay 2 back. Well, this third hole is another good scoring opportunity. Par 5 and just a little bit more than 500 yards, so not terribly long. It is obviously reachable in 2, and it is also your first real ocean view of the round. You're going to enjoy it even more if you make that birdie or eagle. Well, that is right, and that could be trouble. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Getting set now for his 4th shot from the bunker.
And just take the right amount of sand behind the ball. Don't want to get it too clean.
Okay, pretty big swing necessary there, and that's not all that bad from that far away. I thought that was in for sure. Just a little jag right at the end, gonna leave it on the lip. That one in for a bogey here at the 3rd. And he's gonna fall to 3 shots off the lead. Here at the 4th gets a little bit longer. This par 4 is almost 500 yards, so nearly the same length as the 3rd, which was a par 5. You see the palm trees, ocean on your right, and that's a familiar theme throughout this round. This is a tough hole. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. A left to right breeze, something to consider here as he eyes this 2nd shot. That's got to be disappointing. Good line in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Gonna have to try and give this a good thump to fly it to the hole. Yeah, just able to pop that one out of there, but that will only make it onto the fringe. Yeah, good concentration there. Going with a putter from off the green, but this one falls to save par. And now our first par 3 of the day, the 5th. So good mix of holes to start the round. You see the ocean on the left, and the green looks tiny sitting next to that Caribbean. It is a really small target here. This is an excellent challenge. A very sensible play there, right in the middle of the green. Now this for birdie.
For being such a long way out, it's pretty straightforward. You've just got to make sure you get it there.
Got it there, but not quite on target. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5, and he's going to remain at 8 under. Yeah, this is where the golf course really opens up, and you can feel the breadth of the beauty of where you are. Teeth of the Dog on the coastline of the Dominican Republic. This 6th hole is a good par 4. It's around 500 yards. That's up in the wind, maybe drifting a little left. Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. So he'll come at it from the left side of the fairway as he gets set now for his second shot.
That ball was sitting up beautifully on the fairway too, and the strike was just delightful, but a little too much spin, but still inside 10 feet.
7 feet now for birdie. Okay, nicely played. That's in for birdie here at 6. And he's worked it to 9 under par. Now to the second par 3 on the front, the 7th, and this is the one. It's the hole that put Teeth of the Dog on the map. You can see the Caribbean on your left, and you understand just why. This is special. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Oh, the hands came through beautifully there. Good thump of the sand and a good chance to save par. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7, and he'll remain 3 shots off the pace. visual hits just keep coming, don't they? Now to the 8th. This par 4 is just over 400 yards. Breathtaking tee shot over the Caribbean. Here we are at the par 4 8th. It's just over 400 yards, but it isn't so much about the number on the card. It is about the breathtaking view and the shot you're going to have to hit over the Caribbean. Up ahead, just off the green, is the famous Pete Dye plaque. It says, quote, "Bury me in a pot bunker." There is nothing like the challenge of a Pete Dye golf course, and Teeth of the Dog is no exception. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Should be able to spin this if he wants. 96 yards left for his second. Well, as an old baseball announcer once said, going,
Gone.
goodbye. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and it'll stay at -9. Well, right about now, after the holes you just played, you're saying, wow, that was something to see. You're going to feel even better if you can walk off this challenging par 5 9th, about 600 yards, with a birdie or eagle. That's going to be up the left-hand side. And that one's going to hit hard. Get a little bit of run out, and that is going to wind up just fine. Wow, that is a well-struck second shot to this par 5. Maybe too well-struck, Frank.
Oh, come on, Rich. Look, I know longer irons are harder to hit, but 3-wood, it was just too much.
All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And a really tricky look here. Tough side hill putt. He's got to push it out to the right and just let it drift its way back to the hole.
Yeah, tough to know just how far out to the right to play that one. And that was not far enough. Okay, that's in for his par here at the 9th. Now, as we begin this second 9, you can put the phone away. You're not going to be snapping as many pictures, at least for the first few holes. Doesn't mean it isn't challenging. It's plenty. We're going to head inland. First few holes on this backside, starting with a relatively easy par 4. The 10th is about 400 yards.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
So a poor tee shot at 10, now his second.
Inexcusable.
This is a 9-footer. Oh, maybe a misread there, and that curls by to the left. Okay, that one in for a bogey here at 10. And he'll fall back to 8 under par. Here's another pretty big par 5. In fact, the second 600-yardish in the last 3 holes. And like the other par 5s here, chance at an eagle if you hit a big drive. Nothing to fault there, safely in the fairway. Just a bit too much on the second shot on this par 5, but shouldn't have too much trouble getting it up and down for the birdie. Okay, that ball on line all the way. It's a birdie here at 11. Will certainly help the cause. This par 4 12th is pretty straightforward, a bit under 500. It's just all about airing out the big stick. Good poke here, sets you up for a second shot. You'd be happy to walk out with a 4, but a couple of good ones and maybe it's birdie. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well. So a breeze at his back as he readies his second to the par 4. That one is really long, Frank. He miscalculated there.
Well, there has to be something. I mean, from where he was, it's just an aberration. Seriously, that little green patch down the end there with a flag in it, that's where you're meant to go. Not like sailing over yonder.
Right about 9 feet here to the hole. And missteps there. It is a par here at 12. And he'll stay right where he is. Here's our first par 3 on this backside. Remember just how good those par 3s on the front were. The bunkering around the green almost creates an island here. This is a solid hole requiring your best stuff on the tee. Okay, he'll have putter in hand, but a long look coming up from the back portion of this green. A two-putt has to be the name of the game here. This, a long one for birdie. Well judged, that is in for par here at 13. And he'll remain right where he is. 14th is a pretty short par 5. This is a good chance to put a 4, maybe even a 3 on the card as you head into the teeth, I'm about to say the teeth of this back 9, teeth of the dog, right? Some of the great holes are up ahead. Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. Uh-oh. Nope, that just did not look right from the start, and that ball is into the hazard. So with a penalty stroke added in, now lying 3, readying for shot number 4. "21 feet from pay dirt." Yeah, that's a good roll there to come away with just a bogey at this par 5. And that won't help the cause one bit. Here's another one of those holes where you just want to soak it all in. You want to stand on the tee box, stare at the Caribbean, and then you realize, I have work to do. That's a lot harder hitting that tee shot than it is staring at those beautiful blue waters. Just what you want to do. Land it in the fairway, get a little bit of rollout, and that is a good shot. So now from just 76 yards away, here's his second. That is absolutely fine. Putter's let him down a few times, but this for birdie. Ah, yes, never in doubt. It's a birdie here at 15. And he will definitely not say no to that. Now we're into this finishing stretch here, this famous par 3 16th hole. If you're a player, I know you are, this is the kind of challenge you want. This tee box, this hole, that ocean right there, can you handle it? Let's see what you got. Now chipping up to the putting surface for this, his second shot. Just 5 feet left. Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16, and he'll stay right where he is. Almost as magnificent as that par 3 16th, the par 4 17th. It's one hole after the next here, and this is one of those where your buddies are going to ask you after the round, hey, what'd you do at 17? Let's see if you have the answer. Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch. A little under 90 yards left here for his second.
That's a good shot, and more importantly too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
Oh yes, plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And he'll get it to 1 under for the round, 10 under for the tournament. Now the finishing hole. It's not as scenic as some of the ones we just played, but it is nearly as famous because this used to be an airport runway. Let's see if you can bring one in smooth here to the clubhouse. Is starting up the right side. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. Second shot coming now from just over 170 yards. Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been.
birdie on the last, and likely to give at least one back here.
Oh, that is right on the precipice of going down. But I do believe it's going to stay out. Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And he's going to drop back to -9. So for our featured golfer, they're right in striking distance, Frank. Only 3 shots off the pace through 54 holes.
Yeah, still a great opportunity, I think, to have a win, Rich. I know it's going to take a really good, perhaps great round to do it, but you're in contention.
So for Frank Nobilo, Notable Gay III, Iona Stephen, and a cast of hundreds, I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone.